Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's get into the discussion. I do talk Cardano every single day on the channel, and I want to kind of bring up the question, is Cardano a good investment today? All right, so we'll get into this article, talk about what Cardano is doing on the day overall, and also I do want to share with you guys kind of what's going on as we've seen a very, very bullish announcement from an analyst out there looking at a fractal that does reside within Cardano's price action right now. So I want to share with you guys all this information right here on the channel in this quick video. Appreciate you. If you are not a subscriber yet to my channel, make sure you all do that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, completely free to do so. And let's get right down into it. All right. And as we look for kind of some more information, I think as you look at the charts that I'm going to bring up here very shortly, you can kind of see what we're looking at within the crypto bubbles. It's another strong day. We are taking over the green as we look at the top 100 cryptocurrencies. Cardano there at 62.95, trading up over 2.8% on the day. It's been a strong week. All right. Can't deny that. But as we look at kind of what's happening in the overall, I'll pull up the trading view and you can kind of see the sideways action that we have had. We have since bounced off of my essential floor that we do call 63 cents. It's not financial advice, but I did want to share with you guys what I'm looking at. And as always, please be sure to do your own research and due diligence. But we're going to get into kind of that question. Is it Cardano a good investment right now? All right. But before we do, if you are looking to trade crypto, I wanted to share with you guys this exciting offer, 10% bonus on your first time deposit. So if you are a spot or leverage trader, check out BTCC, make the switch along with a lot of others out there in the space. With this link, you will get 40% lower trading fees and up to $10,055 per user in extra bonuses to go alongside that first time deposit. Check it out. The links are down below and make sure it's right for you and your financial journey. Please remember to do your own due diligence and check out all their terms and conditions. Okay. But as we look into it, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Is Cardano a good investment today? Now, there's a lot of controversy right now within ADA. I think a lot of people are kind of still kind of lingering with that sentiment within Hoskinson. Where did those hundreds of millions of dollars go? I think that when we talk about kind of the one thing they do bring to the table, right? No outages, fast speeds. I do think the transaction costs, I don't agree with that. It's a little bit high in my opinion, but also the fact that Cardano remains in some people's opinion, the first and only truly decentralized in terms of what they've been doing within their governance platforms and protocols. That they are only the first peer-reviewed crypto project as well. I bought my Cardano based on one premise and one premise alone. Okay. Yes, it was third in market cap when I bought my first ADA, full disclosure. Yes, that was probably one of the worst trades I made in my life looking back at it. But that's something where you look into kind of the reason why. That was simply because I took Ethereum for what it was worth, right? At that time, a lot of people thought Ethereum was on its quest to $10,000. And I kind of just connected the dots, read about ADA, looked into kind of what they bring to the table. You know, I read about the IOG and all that good stuff and learned about Cardano. And for me and what I was doing, I basically said to myself, okay, here comes a guy that co-founded Ethereum and essentially went his own way and wanted to take what was made with ETH and take it to a whole nother level and make something new. And that's kind of where my bullish quest for Cardano and being a holder actually began, okay? But a lot of people are still saying Cardano is a ghost chain. It's over $20 billion with very little actual network activity. Is Cardano a good investment? Well, as you guys all know, it has underperformed its top peers as we look to the returns that we have seen across the board, dropping from an all-time high to where we are at right now. It's a decline where it's a little bit more so 20%, more than 20%, less than 20% of its all-time value, okay? But hey, a lot of crypto is sitting in the same boat. So that is something worth knowing. Also, as we look at the Cardano price over the last 5 years, I was a buyer at Cardano at 19 cents as well. So keep that in mind as we are now up 405% over the last 5 years. While BNB, Solana, we've seen gains such as almost 30 and 46x if you do want to put that into the perspective, okay? And you can kind of see what we're looking at as obviously the Cardano chart is blue line. We do see BNB is the purple line and Solana is the red line that has had insane growth, a lot of volume, and one of the blockchains that has been booming as of recent, okay? But as we get continuing into this conversation, the one thing I will tell you guys is we have seen a lot of the metrics do rise, but the underperformance that we have seen up to this point, this is something where in contrast to Binance and Solana, it is something where there is very little activity in comparison to those behemoths when you do look at ADA in comparison, okay? But one thing I want to talk about is their upgrades, right? Leos, that's where transactionally they're going to get up to 1,500 TPS. And also, if we do look into adoption, as we talk DeFi, gaming, where that money and all that developer activity will be headed, that's something where you kind of connect the dots on this one. And you have to ask yourself, is Cardano a great investment right now? And if you do think Cardano gets above $1, sure, that's something where I think the rest of the crypto world will also be experiencing gains upwards of 40%. But for me, guys, and my money, there's nothing really to say in terms of, hey, if I was buying a crypto right now, Cardano would not be in my top 3, okay? Simply put, that's not FUD on ADA whatsoever. It's just people want money now. They want it quick, they want it fast, and they want to make gains, very substantial gains in a short window, okay? And I just don't think personally, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, Cardano, for my money and what I'm doing with my financial journey, is the best bet to complete that. So not saying it's a bad investment right now. I can't give financial advice, so I'll never tell you to buy or sell crypto. It's just for me and my money, there's better options out there in the marketplace, but that does not mean that I don't think Cardano can one day reclaim their glory and get back above $3, okay? So please keep that in mind. But as we look into the technical analysis, the inverse cup and handle pattern that has been formed, that is a bear signal as we talk about it historically. Also, you have seen a death cross start to form. So once again, we have some bearish momentum and indicators showing their face when we do look at Cardano on the chart and zoom in on the trading view. Okay, so please keep that in mind as we navigate this journey. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys. So to answer the question, is Cardano a good investment right now? That's on you. You have to ask yourself that question and come up with a reasonable conclusion. Just not saying it's a bad one, but there is, for my money and what I'm doing personally, there's better options at these levels right here, right now. But that is not FUD, and I do not believe that that will keep Cardano from getting back to $3 or above. However, if you want to talk the bullish argument, there is an article right now at a Coin Edition as an analyst is seeing a clean fractal signal that Cardano is set for a 2020x signal as we look at it. Okay, now this is coming out from Quantum Ascend and looking at the 2021 bull run. Are we mirroring what we are seeing right now as that explosive surge from where we're at in today's world would lead to a 2,000% rally? Okay, a conservative target for $4 and $5 for Cardano, and optimism at $10 to $12 in that range. For me, when I bought my first Cardano at around $2.90, that's something where I did so with the mentality that I thought one day Cardano had a very strong chance of getting to $9 to $12, okay? And that's something where I just used it as a calculated risk, and I made my investment, and then 2022 shortly ensued, and the bear run kind of plagued the entire market, and not just Cardano. However, outside of Bitcoin and a couple other new players in the space, nothing really has recovered from those 2022 lows, albeit we did have a little bit of an upsurge once Donald Trump kind of took over, and we saw XRP boom. We saw Cardano get back above 120. Solana was trading damn near, I think, $500. There's a lot of big movers, but now as we have receded, there's a lot of conversation that we have seen the regression to those lows, or at least kind of short to it, okay? Now, as we talk about it, you see these instances in the path to new all-time highs. All right, so if we do repeat that fractal, yes, that would reach new all-time highs for Cardano. And why do we care about fractal patterns? Well, they are historical, as you call it, market echoes that predict future price moves, okay? So it is something that plays into the TA. It's not the end all be all. I don't get a fractal and say, okay, Cardano set for 2,000%. Let's buy. Doesn't work that way, okay? I don't really use the technical analysis as the end all be all. It's not going to be my major determinant when I do enter or exit crypto. It does kind of win in a tiebreaker if I need to make up my mind. But for that, I just trust my own indications and what I'm doing personally and where I'm at within my trades to kind of lead me along that road. But that's something where we talk about it. It's not a guarantee. So yes, there is a fractal indicating 2022, but what I wanted to do was make this video to discuss, just because you read this article and they bring up a historical fractal doesn't mean that it's going to be the foregone conclusion that Cardano will see a 2,000% based on what we had happen in 2021, okay? But I do agree that Cardano has a path above $1. That'd be kind of where I'm at personally. Will it happen tomorrow? Will it happen in 2 weeks, 2 years? Time will tell. Nobody knows that. And if anybody says they do know that, please let me know, because I would love to tell them that there's no shot in hell that they have a crystal ball, okay? But that's kind of where we're at. For us as holders, got to believe in the process, trust in Hoskinson, trust in that roadmap, trust in the upgrades, all of the integrations and collaborations within the space that we're doing. The Bitcoin layer 2, in my opinion, is the far most biggest catalyst that we could talk about, in my personal opinion, bringing DeFi to Bitcoin in the form of Cardano, cross-chain interoperability, adding volume and liquidity to the Cardano blockchain and ecosystem. Those are a couple things I do look forward to, more so just because nobody cares about the technological upgrades. Okay, nobody cares about Laos. That's not going to drive the market. Nobody's going to sell all their crypto and buy into Cardano because Laos is going to take us to 1500 TPS. It's only speculative, okay? And if it wasn't, yeah, sure. Buy the rumor, sell the news does exist. I could see that happening and playing a role. But for us as traders, people want to see momentum. They want to see Cardano moving. And then from there, guys, you'll probably get in a time where it's not too late, because I think that the overall pace and steam within people who do view ADA as essentially what you would call a ghost chain, if you will, or they just have some kind of general FUD about Cardano, you know, it's going to kind of give us some time before we actually have that indication, in my opinion. So those are my thoughts. Just want to get some Cardano talk off of my chest. Let me know down below in the comments. Do you think Cardano is a great investment, a good investment right now? I'm curious to hear what you guys are doing within your ADA. Leave a comment down below, but I appreciate you guys all tuning in as always. And if you haven't done so by now, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.